Hello everybody, welcome back to Rowell Paper. I've been promising to do another operations video for a while now, so here it is. I actually filmed one earlier using one of my DC locomotives, but I don't seem to get on with DC very much anymore, so I've decided to go back to plan A, do what I was going to do, get out the my GP38, which has passed by in one of my previous videos, but I thought, well, we'll give it a proper run this time. Chesapeake and Delaware 2005. Noticed a bit of a change on this video. I decided to narrate rather than put the captions on the screen. Part of the reason for that being that, for me personally, when I'm watching operations videos, I'm also tend to be working, so I do like to listen to what the operators have got to say, and as well as watch what's going on. So I thought I'll do that. So yeah, plan for today, we've got this one hopper car which is coming in. Doesn't have the best couplings and they haven't coupled. We're going to reposition the Canadian Pacific Red box car to replace, which is currently in the off spot. Oops, got there in the end. That's going to swap out for the TTX car, and then we've got an ECC hopper which is going to come out of the KLN siding. I wanted to use this hopper. This is one of my favourite pieces of rolling stock at the moment. I appreciate it's almost certain, I think it's probably for plastics, although for today's exercise it's got kaolin in it. I created the it's the first time I've ever made my own decals. I was watching a video on YouTube and I forget who it was by. It was of switching in Pennsylvania. Oh no, it wasn't. No, it was one of the big yards in Pennsylvania, being operated by Norfolk Southern, and the train came past and a hopper came through with this graffiti on it, and I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. It looked great. So I managed to get a still off the video and used that to produce the decals, which I then put on this hopper. It's not a model of the hopper itself, it's a different number, different type, or a different hatch arrangement anyway. But I'm quite pleased with how it's come out. I'm perhaps could have been a bit brighter. It's slightly, I've graffitied the hopper as well, which I might do another one another day, because like I say, I really like the graffiti, and I'm quite pleased with how the decal itself has worked. Oops, probably should have checked that we were connected before I set off. And the couplings on this CP car aren't great. I've got a load of, I've gone in the right direction as well. I've got a load of KD couplers in the workshop waiting for fitting, which I'll probably get done at some point. I bought those at a good price at York Show at the start of the month. So if I get them on some of these cars with the particularly less good couplings, then that will help operations no end, I think. So we're going to drop the TTX in the off spot just in front of the chemical unloading platform, and then we'll put the Canadian Pacific box in its unloading spot at the factory. Then we'll come back and sort out the hoppers and the tank car. There's a KLN tank car in the way of swapping out the 2 hoppers, so we'll need to move that as well when we get to that point. I probably should have lots of bell going, but I find it quite hard going on the ears when I'm watching videos with that happening, so for the moment the bell is off. I do occasionally fire it up, but something that everyone's going to be listening to, I think I'll leave it. I think I've gone too far there. Leave it off. I think in the way these things work, no, we're okay. I thought I'd connected to that tank car that's not going anywhere, but we haven't, so we're okay. I'll pop this Canadian Pacific 60-foot box car back at the factory, ready for unloading. I've got to get a bit of weathering done on all these other bits of stock as well. Look forward to getting the airbrush onto some of these, get the wheels painted and then get a bit of road grime on them. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the locos yet. I'm always slightly nervous about weathering something that costs a lot of money, but they're not going anywhere. I've no intention of selling any of them, certainly not for the moment, so keeping their value isn't a major issue. So yeah, weathering the locos is probably something that's on the list of things to do. Really like this Atlas locomotive. It's very nice. I bought this one direct from Atlas, and they very good, because when they fill out their customs labels they list it, not inaccurately, as toy train, which is rather good because that means you don't have to pay import duty or VAT. So buying direct from Atlas, I probably saved £60 give or take on the purchase, perhaps a bit more than if I bought it from somewhere else. Although importing stuff does seem a bit hit and miss. Oh, my problem's back. I discovered that this problem with the point isn't a loose soldered connection as I thought it was. It's the cable in the, it's the frog connection in the point. It's in the point motor itself, I think. So I had a good play around with it the other day, and I thought I'd resolved the issue for good. I thought I'd got it all connected up properly. I've run it a couple of times since, and I've had no issues. Classically, as I start to film this, looks like the issues are back. Also not connecting. We'll collect our other hopper as well. Yeah, I really need to get these KDs sorted. The ECC hoppers are pickup. The Thiel tank is going to be repositioned where we just picked it up from, but obviously we're going to move it out of the way. And the graffitied car is going to replace the ECC hopper as a direct swap. Oh dear, right, yeah, we need to... I probably should refilm this video, but I shall put it out, warts and all. As I say, I know what the problem is at last. It's definitely the connections in the back of the motor. I might see about putting, I think it's strip the wire and then the wires are just direct connection. I might see about putting some proper connections on the end of the wire just to make that a bit of a better joint in the motor itself. It's a bit of a pain because I'm going to have to take the layout down to do it, and whilst I've got it set up here, I've been able to get on with a few bits of work, and I was hoping to leave it up for a bit longer, but if the electrics need looking, I'm going to have to sort them first, I think. So let's change this point when we came off earlier. I'll connect these two up. These are our empties for removal. Connection there. So I have connected to the tank car, so we'll have to disconnect that before we depart. Don't take that with us. That seems to be up against the blocks, the stop as well. There we go. Just realised we also need to be leaving this tank car here, which we'll come back and collect in a minute. That is going in after the hopper. So we can get over the point this time if the connection's still playing up. It's still playing up. Seen in my previous videos, you'll see a slight change from where we were before, in that I've started putting down some of the balsa wood base for the ground cover at this end of the layout. Starting to build the ground level up to where I want it to be, but it slopes down very gently at the end where the wagon is at the end there, the truck just popping around the edge of the building there. It slopes down there, On the prototype, that's a that's the Black River. And there's a little, I presume, pumping station at the edge. I guess they take water from the river to use in the plant. So I'm toying with building that and having it at the very end there. I'm not 100% certain there's room yet, but that might go at the end. There's some trees to pop at the end there as well, so that's all work in progress. Speak too soon, made it across that time. I didn't think that was going to connect there. So I'm hoping over the next few weeks to spend a bit of time, do a bit every day, and get some more of this scenic work done and get that point sorted. I've got a 2-switch layout. It should be possible to run it with that and keep poking things, I think. But like I said, I'm going to pop this video out anyway. I've been wanting to do it for a while, do a little session with this locomotive. So despite the obvious issue, I'm going to put it out anyway. I really thought I got it resolved. It's been running absolutely fine for the last couple of weeks, no issues at all. All of a sudden I get the camera out and it decides to play up again. Right, we'll drop back, collect our 2 pickups and head on out. I think in my previous video, which was a bit of a layout description, I covered those 2 warehouse doors next to the switch there. I think I've decided I'm going to keep them as they are. I know it's not ideal having them right next to the point, and completely it wouldn't work like that, but I really want to try and keep the sort of the form of the building, so I'm inclined to keep them, but we'll see how we go as we go on. Right, there we go, we're connected up our two empties. Let's make sure we're not accidentally bringing that tank car with us as well. Oh, we're not connected up. Sure, it's connected. Definitely connected this time. There we go, with our two empties connected, we'll leave the yard and head back for the main line. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry about the faux pas with the point yet again. I'll make sure that's sorted before I produce any more videos. It's not great. But yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you very much, and I will see you next time.